Kabete ACK Anglican Church, and that is one of the ministry that there are many ministries that were left by Jesus Christ, and to me, the ministry that is above any other ministry is the ministry of children. In Kikuyu, we say that Roru Rutari na chao ni kuhukaga. That is, any flock without calves, it diminishes. And for sure, without the children, any nation that does not have children, that nation is bound to diminish or to get finished completely. And having children is one of the precious things that any family can have. In the Bible, in the book of Psalms, chapter 127, verse 3 to 5, it says that children are heritage from God, offspring are reward from Him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court. That psalm is so powerful. When I was reading that verse, or rather that psalms, I was thinking a situation whereby you found yourself in a war, and in that war, your opponents are having all sort of weapons, and you're just left with weaponless. You don't have any weapon. You are a heritage from the Lord, offspring born in one's youth. I will want us to concentrate on the part B of verse 4, whereby it's saying that like an arrow in the hands of warrior are children. So children are being compared with like weapon. Like the other word for weapon, it can be like an investment, whereby in the time of need you can go and use maybe something that you've invested. So in any family, there is nothing which is important like having children. Akikuyu is saying that Rorutale jaune kuhukaga, or a frog which does not have calves, it diminishes. It says that those old calves will they'll definitely die after all. And if they die, there is no any succession, there is no any transition. So it means that all that generation is done. One of the things that people need to value, it's very, very unfortunate that people don't value children. And if you don't have children, or the nation which does not have children, or the children the nation which has children who are not well behaved. Because if we don't take care, or we don't take good care of our children, it means that we don't have future. For any family to be successful, it relies on its children. You as a parent, you could be very successful in whatever that you're doing, very good in business, very good, you are known everywhere, but if you don't have children to leave your legacy, or to live up to your legacy, you are as good as somebody who is dead. So children signifies future. And there is nothing that is important in any human being like having a future. Somebody who does not have future, it is somebody who is very, very desperate. It is somebody who is hopeless. And hopelessness, by the way, it is one of the symptoms of what we call depression. A person may be having all sorts of things, but if he or she does not have children, he feels as if he does not have any future. Children are the ones who motivates their parents. Like me, anytime that I wake up in the morning, I do that because I know that I have children who are looking up to me. So my children are the ones who motivates me to do whatever that I do. To wake up very early in the morning, I want to start a certain project. I'll even go ahead and to the point of even securing a loan somewhere so that I may secure the future of my children. I remember when I was a young man, I used to care about the moment I got married and I got children. The level of my commitment has really increased over time because I want to have a good future for my children. What happens if you don't take good care of our children? That is where the problems comes in. As parent, if you have children and you don't have investment to their character, it's as if you are having a flock which does not have the cows. For you to be sure that you have a future, your children have to have good behavior. The most important thing that any parent is supposed to invest on their children, it is what we call character. If you're a parent and you're providing anything to your children and you don't give them what you call character, it's as good as if your children are dead. If children don't have character, it is as good as those children are dead. Have you ever seen a parent whose children haven't? It is the one who is still looking up to them. There is nothing that pains a parent if their children are not responsible. Many parents can invest anything to their children. They can invest in them, maybe buying them all sort of things, investing in good schools, investing in them all sort of skills that money can buy, but they fail to invest in what we call character. You as a parent, it is the right of the child to make sure that a child is well mannered. Because if a child is not well mannered, a time is coming whereby you're going to reap the consequences. And that's why me as Jeff have come up with a program called Proactive Life Skills. Being proactive is whereby you start caring or minding the behavior of your child before they get to a certain age. It is very, very unfortunate that many people, they start caring about their children when they have gotten to the age of teenage. A time whereby they cannot be able to control them. It is said that, according to the psychology, that the best time that you're supposed to train your children the way to grow, it is when they are toddlers, when they are breastfeeding. There is no good or best way or best time to say that I'll start disciplining my children when they get to this age. When they are when you are breastfeeding them, it is always good to keep on training them the way that they are supposed to be. Because some of those things that we ignore are the ones that turns out to haunt us or to haunt our children when they grow old. Most of our behaviors stems back from the time that you are between 0 to 3 years. The children whose parents are very permissive, they are the ones who become very ill-mannered or bad-mannered when they are teenagers. When the child becomes a teenager, it becomes very, very difficult for you to control them. So the highest time that you're supposed to start giving your children the right behavior, it is as soon as they are born. Your attitude towards them, the way you talk to them, the way the way that you speak to them determine the kind of a child they will become when they grow old. So, as much as that you're investing in your children in good education or in buying them all sort of things, for example, toys, taking them to tours, and you don't give them good manners, let me tell you that small ignorance will cost you or will cost you a big deal when they grow up. It is very, very unfortunate when you find a parent having no control to their children. I know many parents outside there, they have given their children all kind of discipline, but those kind of discipline are not effective because of the kind of friends that their children engage into. And that's why us as parents, we need to be very, very careful on parenting. Parenting is supposed to be so much, it is supposed to be a corrective responsibility. Because the way I bring up my children, I really like the way that we were brought up when we were children. That all of us used to be communal. The children used to be communal. That if so and so, or a certain parent will find me behaving in a way that is not appropriate, they had the right to discipline us. But it's very, very unfortunate that the world now has become so much global that somebody is saying, my child is my child. Nobody is supposed to discipline them. And for sure, there is a sense in that. But you as parents, it is always good to make sure that you invest good character, no matter how. It doesn't matter whether the society has gotten torn away. But remember, it is your responsibility, you as a parent, to make sure that your children are given the right, are given the right discipline. Remember, our children respond to their environment. What kind of environment do you bring up your children into? And actually, the family setup, it is one of the primary way that, environment that the children gather their behavior. So at home, it is always good to make sure that you take time to talk to your children and inquire what they have learned throughout the day. At least make sure that you spend your time with your children so that you are able to pick what they have picked from outside there. And if you notice anything that is not right, you are able to correct it. Remember, if those children become uncontrolled, remember what we said in the book of Psalms, that children are like quavers, are like arrows inside the quiver. If your children are not mannered, are not well behaved, remember that you don't have any weapon with you. and you are the one who will suffer the consequences. At the end of the day, there is no one else who suffers the pain of ill-mannered child like the parent. Have you ever seen a parent who mourns his child who has been killed by the mob justice? Even if that child was a thief, you cannot be able to separate from that child. That child is yours, is an asset. That child is with the one who will give you the motivation to move on in life in your old age. That child will be like your weapon to fight the challenges that will encounter you in life during your old age. It will be that child will be the weapon to fight the loneliness in your life. Can you imagine if you don't have a child, or if you have a child? In fact, it pains somebody so much, or parents so much. It's better for a parent who never bore any children than a parent who bore children. I repeat it again. It is better for a woman or a man who never bore any children than a woman or a man who bore children who are like as if they are not there. They are pain in their lives. So, my lesson today, invest in behaviors in your children. Children ministry, it is one of the best ministry, one of the important ministry ever that Jesus Christ brought. And that's why in the book of Matthew 19 verse 4, Jesus said, "Let the children come to me." Jesus Christ was so much into the children. He really valued the children because he knew the children were the seed. The children are the seed. The children are the future. So let us not invest in giving our children just good things, goodies. Let us invest into their discipline. It's better for a child who never performed very well in class than a child who performed very, very well, but eventually he became a spoiled child. So invest in your children in terms of character. Character, it is one of the best thing that you can invest in your children. And for today, that is me, Geoffrey Mungai, who have brought you that thought. Let us invest in our children as far as character is concerned. God bless you so much. And I am speaking from Urban Studio Photography. They are the sponsor for this program. And we are looking forward to be having this program every Friday evening. God bless you so much. And I'm looking forward to hear your comment. This is my first presentation. This is my first live streaming show. God bless you so much. Thank you.